Morning everybody, how you doing? Going to be looking at a budget addition to our bushcrafting kit. Going to be looking at a budget knife to add to our kit. You know, a lot of us are familiar with the more bushcraft blacks. Those are about 50 bucks or so, give or take. And then, you know, you can step down to the companion, again, a Mora knife. What I'm going to be looking at is a Camillus, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, C-A-M-I-L-L-U-S, Camillus Titanium. I'm thinking these can be had, I think, at Wally World for like $10. I was gifted this from my brother. He wanted to have me add that to my kit, and he thought it was a great knife and wanted me to check it out, so I am. You know, was looking at the Moras, kind of give you a look at the two of them compared together. The Bushcraft Black is a bit shorter. It has a shorter handle. The Camillus has a rubberized handle. It's got a nice grip to it. It's a little bit thicker than the Bushcraft Black, and the blade is a lot larger. I mean, it's not that much as far as length, but the width of it. I want to show you the comparison. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the Bushcraft Black, and there's the Camillus as far as the width of the blade. But we're going to look at, yeah, the Mora has the heavy plastic sheath. The Camillus has more of a nylon, vinyl, or I'm not sure what that. Yeah, it's a cheaper sheath. It has a nice belt loop on it, nice and wide, you know, for a wider belt. It has a snap, which I like the snap. The only thing I have seen is that the snap can be difficult to snap, especially at first. It tends to loosen up quite a bit, but it holds well. I think once it snapped, you're not going to lose the knife. It holds in there pretty well. But anyway, let's look at using it. I'm going to baton up some work here and do some shavings and see what it does. I'm going to reposition the camera so you can get a better look, and we'll get started here. Alright, let's take a look at this knife and see what we can do with it. Now, I'm going to say straight up, I'm not good at doing reviews. I mean, I don't go into all the specifications and stuff like that. You know, of course, not a paid spokesman or anything like that for any product. I just tell you what I like and what I don't like. If I try something and I don't like it, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. If I like it, I will tell you. But anyway, let's take a look at it. First thing I want to do is some batoning. And I've already came out here and I beat the heck out of it already, and I was surprised it did pretty good. I'm going to show you a little bit of batoning with it here. I did hit the handle once and it did nick it up pretty quickly. It is a cheaper handle. I don't think you'd want to hit on it. Any knife you probably wouldn't want to anyway, but I just hit it once and it did kind of scuff it pretty quickly. But anyway, let's see what we got here. That split out pretty nicely. And of course, we're not using anything large right now. We're just seeing what it does. And what I'm using is some cedar that I actually just cut out of a dead branch out of a tree in my yard. The handle I like, as I'm splitting, if I notice I'm going crooked, the handle gives me a lot of movement with the knife. You know, I can handle it pretty well and kind of direct the split, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to look at larger piece here. I got a little split on that. Try and get up there on that. Okay, you can already see that on the larger piece that's not going to go as well. I'm going to try and come off the edge. Okay, those seem to split up pretty nicely. I'm going to look at doing a little bit of shaving. Gives me a pretty fine curl. Something I want to step back on the batoning. I found that these work pretty good. This knife works pretty good on a smaller diameter piece of wood. I think if you went to a larger piece, you'd have a little bit tougher time. You could probably do it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Gives some pretty nice fine curls. Not too bad on the scraping. Didn't seem to do too much damage there. Try another piece. Does a pretty good job on doing the shavings there on the backbone. Try a little feather sticking here. Not unhappy with that. I mean, for a $10 knife, it's not bad. Excuse me here if I'm sniffling a bit. I got a little bit of a cold I'm fighting, so sorry if you hear that. Oh, that wasn't good. a little bit larger piece here and see what how it does. Shaves off nicely. Alright, now one of the other tests I'd like to do with this is to see how she throws a spark. And I know that I don't have a whole lot of tinder there. I'm not trying to get a sustainable fire or anything. If you was after making a sustainable fire, you would want easily double that, if not 3 times more tinder to get a good sustainable fire going. You don't want to skimp on the prep time when doing a getting your fire tinder ready. But anyway, let's see how this thing sparks. Now I'm using the Light My Fire 2.0. Seems like a good spark. Let me slide this out of the way. She's wanting to go. There we go. So, yeah, I shouldn't have messed with it. Well, what's my thoughts on the Camillus knife? It's not a bad knife. I like it. I think it would be a plus to add to your kit. The price is right. I mean, for $10, you can't go wrong. Well, you could, but I don't think you would with this knife. Even if you have a more expensive knife, I think this would be a great addition to add to your pack. It'd be a good backup. A good starter knife for somebody starting into bushcrafting that wants to watch their budget. I think it would do a lot of what you need it to do. Of course, I don't think you'd want to baton anything really large with it or anything like that. But I think it would do your coarse cutting of cordage and stuff easily. And I think, as we've seen, it would do good for shaving and splitting and batoning small pieces of wood enough to get you a fire started. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and check out the budget knife for your kit. Thanks for watching.